Babe, do we have ice?
No.
Wow. Just wow. Like, literally wow.
Do you want me to lie to you?
Drink a drink with no ice.
You'll be fine.
It's warm.
You'll survive.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, you ready? Hello, welcome to
Love and everything in between.
So today we're going to be talking about love languages and how it affects marriage.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes. So we had this discussion recently about love languages. And we had this discussion when we were doing the checklisting at the beginning.
Yes, this popular checklist.
Yes, but still, here we are.
Yes, so...
Speaking of love languages, I think it would be nice to also just, for the benefit, of those that actually don't know what we're talking about. So, the 5 love languages are based on a test developed by Gary Chapman, and the basic premise of the test is you need to find out how you express heartfelt commitment or love towards
someone,
your significant other, your partner. And according to him, there were 5.
Yes, which is acts of service, words of affirmation, gifts,
receiving of gifts,
quality time,
and physical touch.
Yes.
Physical touch, yeah. So, and we find as human beings, everybody has some kind of combination of all these 5.
Yeah.
But in most cases, there are 2 dominant love languages.
Yes.
I've
seen someone that has 3.
Yeah, it's possible. But there's some really dominant love languages, and those love languages are what help you feel loved or not.
Okay.
So if I don't understand your love language, but I am trying to express love to you, because there's a tendency for me as a human being to express love the way I receive love, I may end up not showing you love. So if, for example, your love language is words of affirmation, but I think your love language is receiving of gifts, what I will tend to do, because maybe I like to receive gifts, is I'll always buy you gifts.
Yeah.
And then in my head, I'm fulfilling
that part of
fulfilling
love.
My expression of love to you. Let's imagine, for example, you have a love tank. I believe that I'm filling this tank up. You get. Meanwhile, it's getting depleted because I'm not giving you words of affirmation.
Okay.
So it is important that I understand what your language is, so that I can love you, I can help you feel loved the way you need to be, and then vice versa.
Yeah.
But we find that most people, 1, don't even know what love languages are. 2, even if they know, don't really bother to try to find out. They just assume what love languages are, and it has such a major effect
on the
relationships. I mean, when we started dating, we had that my long checklist conversation, and there was an assumption that we had figured out what the love language were. And based on that, we've just been throwing things into the pot.
So I think initially I thought your love language was receiving gifts. Initially.
Probably because you liked receiving gifts.
No, because when I used to get you gifts, you were happy. Or when I get you particular gifts that you like.
So you see, that's the thing. So I think, in my experience, that someone who likes receiving gifts as a love language likes receiving gifts. Doesn't matter whether it's big, doesn't matter whether it's small. It's just that the fact that this person thought about me and got me this thing.
Yes.
Right. But in my case, the only gifts I like to receive are specific things that I actually want.
Okay.
So if you give me something that I don't particularly want or need, small, big, whatever, it doesn't move me. It's not a big deal to me. I'm just thinking, well, okay, you got me something. It doesn't fulfill anything in me. So I'm not sitting down thinking, oh my God, like that's gonna.
They've done something.
Yeah, this person has just done. But if you if you hug me, kiss me, touch me, or you pay me a genuine compliment, I can ride on that high for days.
I want to understand. So what does this do? Like, oh, I just touch you. Like, how does that express love? Like,
so it's not just you touching me like this. So for example, we're having this conversation now, right? We're just having this conversation, and then you hold my hand.
Okay.
Like, that is a sign to me that you care or something, or I'm having like a bad day, and then you give me a hug.
I understand bad day giving a hug.
Yes. So it's just the little things. Or we're walking together, or we're driving in a car, and then I'm my hand is on the gear, and then you just put your hand over my hand. It just means a lot to me. It's like a connection for me.
Okay, so it would sound funny for me because I'm doing my mind. I'm like, I'm just touching your hand.
Yes.
Like, so how is that such a big deal?
So because to me it's like a connection.
But we're already connected.
No, it's like a physical expression of the actual connection that we already have. So it means, and I think that's why it is a language. That's why it's unique to each person.
Okay.
Understand? So for me, for example, if I do something for you, let's say you want to go somewhere and you have to drive, and I come and I say, oh no, you don't. No, you know what? Chill. Let me drive you.
Drive, yeah.
It means a lot to you.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, this person really cares, But to me, I'm just fulfilling responsibility. Like, I come, let me drive her. It's not a big deal for me.
Lagos traffic is he's a huge deal. That actor service is a huge deal for me. Like, I don't have to think of traffic, drive like a mad person, have road rage, you know.
But so beyond I think, that.
Yeah, so maybe because I can see it, I can interpret it easily, as opposed to touch.
But I can see it. This is even more because I can feel it. Like, I can actually feel it.
So I think everybody is wired
differently, yes. And I think it's also the intent behind it. It's not just it. Because, loads of people shake my hand, or loads of people try to hold my hand. But I will either pull away or just be like, why is it not holding my hand? Do you understand? But when you hold my hand, or when my kids hold my hand, it's a big deal for me. Like, my children coming and saying goodnight and, just give me a hug. Or when that time I had surgery on my shoulder, and I make them just come and just like, your shoulder okay? Okay, let me massage it for you. That just, it just radiates into my inner soul being person. Like,
so I think I picked up a couple of tips from Ayomiko as well to help me bridge the gap, because I absolutely don't understand the whole touching. But my daughter would randomly just come to me and say, "Mommy, huggy," and I'm like,
or she would just touch your face.
Or she would just be stroking my face, and I'm like, hey, it's okay, But when we had the conversation recently about love languages and the tanks not being full, I was like, okay, I have to definitely find a way to just
cross the divide.
And I was like, oh, okay, Amikun does this. I can try it. So randomly, I'll just come and be like, oh, are you okay? Oh, hug. In my head, I'm like, but I just have to, because that is what helps you, or that's what keeps your tank full. Because in circling it back to a union, if one person is getting the love they require and the other person is not, eventually that friction will get more, in the sense of you feel taken for granted, you feel unappreciated, you feel like, oh, I don't matter to this person. Because like the way I'm not understanding, or maybe not saying not understanding, like I'm looking at it that, okay, physical touch, that's very it's flimsy, but it is your love language, and that's the reality of it.
Understanding the love language of your children is an important thing.
Because, that's how I was able to pick up tips from.
Apart from even picking up tips from them, being able to understand them also helps you connect with them. So I remember there was that time where I was always busy, but I was always buying tennis stuff. Like I would just buy him stuff.
So acts of gift wasn't his love language.
But all he wanted was quality time. So, and I didn't know this, so I'd just buy him stuff, do stuff for him. I mean, like, he should be happy. And then one day he stops me and looks at me and says, "Why don't you like spending time with me? Don't you like me?"
How did you feel
I
when
was
he said
broken
it?
because in my head I was thinking, I don't understand. Like, I'm
Buying
always
you
buying
gifts,
you things.
yeah.
I'm always making sure
But why
you're
did you
okay.
think? Why did you think gifts was? So, or were you just buying the gifts generally?
No. So, two things. One, I just assume that children just like gifts. So you just buy them gifts.
Oh, okay.
And then two, I think I had gotten into a pattern of
Buying
with you
me
because I always
gifts.
buy you stuff. So
Okay.
that's why even till now, like I am making like gifts. You understand? So if I go to a supermarket to
Yeah.
buy something entirely different, I'll just be like, oh, okay, let me buy her a lollipop.
Yeah,
Or let me,
she'll
do you understand? Because I know she's going to appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because that's her love language.
Yeah.
Do you get? So it took that tennis situation to make me understand that even for children, it's
They
not
also
just
have-
they have their own. It's not just about raising them. It's not just about providing for them. You need to understand how they want to be loved and love them that way, so that they will feel appreciated. And then it will also help, so that on their wedding day, you can use it to make money somehow. I don't know how. But
How
we
do
shall-
you make money
I
from
don't know.
that?
We'll just talk to their lager and say, tell this person to guess. If you don't guess right, you drop more. We shall figure that one out.
Okay, so I think for me, my love language. We all know my love language. I love gifts.
You want me to buy you yours?
Yachts. Hey, just scatter my brain.
See your truth like yours.
So, gifts and acts of service. So, acts of service for me would be, I think, I'm still a bit not sure if acts of service is.
And so what would you say it is?
It's because reason why I'm saying that is because I like to do for others, but I don't like people stressing themselves because I feel like it's stress. I feel like
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I feel like it's stress, and I'm not sure of the place where it's coming from. So
So how do you feel when I like stress myself out or go above to do something for you? How does it make you feel?
it depends on what it's because I'm like,
Okay,
hey,
so
yeah.
for example, when you were in Abuja,
Okay.
and then I was like, okay, I had things to do in Lagos, but my wife is in Abuja. And I was like, okay, I'm going to surprise her. And then I surprised you in Abuja. You had no idea I was coming. I just showed up. How did that make you feel?
I was very happy because I was sad at that time.
Was it because you were sad? Or
It was a combination of everything. So that I'm saying depends. So that I'm saying the act of service for me. So unlike gifts, like if it's something small that I would be all giddy up about it. Act of service, I think it kind of depends on where my headspace is at that time when I get the act of service. So maybe that's why you also feel sometimes when you do some acts of service, it feels like you're being taken for granted. So which still brings me back to when we had that conversation that I still don't believe acts of service is my second predominant love language, which is
fine.
fair.
Which is
so
fine.
I think I can say now to say I don't know my second love language. But,
So do you think it's quality time? Do you think it's words of affirmation? When I tell you things like, oh, you're beautiful, or I tell you things like, this thing you did is amazing, I praise what you do, does that matter?
I don't used to believe you because you're very sarcastic sometimes. I never know. No, I'm being honest because.
But if I'm sarcastic, you know I'm sarcastic.
No, you have the act of knowing how to say something. So when you say it, I'm just like in my head. I'm like, does he really mean it, or is there somewhere we're heading to? Like, why is he saying it? So when I start thinking, when I start second guessing, then it doesn't have the effect.
Yeah, suspicious guy. That's all. You're paranoid.
I'm not paranoid.
I am confused.
It's okay to have only one love language.
Which is fine.
Yes, it's fine. So which we all agree on, which is gifts.
So in this life.
In this my life.
Soft life
I'm
from
content.
heaven. Soft life from heaven. Gift.
I was
gift.
born.
To receive gifts.
Ask my mother my slogan when I was growing up.
What's your slogan?
Not cut her for this stress. I'm not cut
You
her for
should have
this stress. No, everybody knows.
No, they should have told me.
They must have. You didn't listen.
Tell me.
You didn't listen.
I'll have packed my
But
Ashoki and left.
so do you think kids inherit love languages or are influenced by the environments that they are in?
The kids inherit love language. I mean, I think kids inherit some aspects of personality.
Okay.
So I think it's very possible that kids also inherit like love language traits from their parents. I think it's I mean, it makes sense if you think about it. If we use our kids, for example,
Yeah.
one likes receiving gifts, the other one likes
Like quality time.
You get, so it's like
One
your
person is touchy.
one person is touchy-feely, the other person is words of affirmation, actually.
Yeah,
Do you understand?
okay.
So it's almost like they took...
No, but you don't have words of affirmation.
Yes, it is.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you are words
Yes,
of affirmation.
Yes. He's the second. He will soon enter.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So there's that. But I also feel like the environment that a child grows up in will also influence their love language to a large extent.
So meaning like if you lacked something while
As
you
a
were
child,
growing up,
like
yeah.
if maybe I don't want to sound cliche, but you know how they say some people have daddy issues or some people have mommy issues because they didn't have a father figure, there was a father figure, and then the father figure was taken away from them.
Okay,
and they're constantly looking for one.
I hear you, but I kind of disagree.
Okay.
Because growing up, my parents were never touchy-feely. My parents were not touchy-feely, and I don't think I lack touch in the sense of if you say you lacked it as a child, then I would tilt more to I want to.
So I don't think it's I mean, what individual human beings, we have different personalities, different expressions, different ways of understanding things, right? So it could be one of two things. Your parents were not touchy-feely. Maybe that's why you're not touchy-feely.
Yeah,
maybe that's why you don't even understand the whole touch
I don't
thing.
get it, yeah.
Because it's not, you grew up in an environment where that's not an issue. It's not even a thing.
Yeah.
You understand? So that could be the influence. So I feel like there's an environmental influence, there's a parental influence. Maybe when you were a little cuddly baby, you liked to be touched, and then nobody touched you ever, and then you just shut off that part of you, and it died and shriveled.
Wow.
And now you are a
so
cold,
against touch.
a touchless soul.
Wow.
Without any
touching emotion.
any touching bits
in me.
in you.
Yes.
You know, and now I'm suffering for the sins of the father.
So sorry.
And I'm thinking about it, and it's deep. But yeah, that's. And then for some other people, it's the lack.
Okay.
No, I think the question would be that can there be love language without money?
Can love languages be fulfilled if you don't have money? Have you?
Is money a love language?
No.
Gifts is
You don't need.
No, you can make them.
If somebody's love language is quality time, the fact that you take out the time of your busy schedule, regardless of what it is, to give that time is a lot more important to the person than if you had the time. Do you understand?
Yes.
It's a bigger
I agree.
thing. Yes.
I agree. So how do you want to buy your gift without money?
I think for me, when I say you can make it, is, when there were times we didn't have money and he likes words of affirmation. So it was his birthday and I did not have money. So what I did was, we had pictures printed. I sent pictures to my sister on WhatsApp and told her to print them from the office. She printed them. I cut them out. Pictures, significant things. Him holding the baby, having the baby in a baby bag. Not baby bag, I'm sorry.
Please, you didn't put our baby bag, baby carrier.
Baby carrier, you understand? And then, him and Tenny was sitting on his chest, having conversation. I picked significant pictures, sent it to her. She printed it out, and then I cut it. Then I had some glitters in the house. I put it on the cardboard and then wrote it. It was from Tenny. I remember the first time you held me. I put that picture. Then I put a biro or something on his hand and made it look like it was printed from him. And I think a piece of that cardboard is still upstairs. You understand? So I feel like you can always use everything around you.
Well, you know that for Rogba, what is important to Rogba are the words.
Okay, so let me give you an example. Let me give you an example of a gift, for example.
Okay.
So it was, I can't remember if it was Valentine's Day or your birthday. As usual, there was no money to take her to anywhere special or give her any gift. So what did I do? So I got Tenny, I dressed him up like a waiter. It wasn't anything major. I wore a shirt for him, wore jeans for him, and then I went into the kitchen. I made a meal. I put chair, table, carried bed sheets, put it on this thing like tablecloth. You understand? And then
It was my birthday.
Yes, it was her birthday. And then she came home, Tenny was waiting at the door and ushered her into the house. And, we put her down and I was like, yeah, so our chef is going to bring the special menu of the day. I come out of the kitchen. I'm like, yeah, so our first meal, Indomie, a la carte with jiggy.
You were
It was...
improvising because there is no money.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
you
that's
said
the
does
point.
love language
You said, does
happen
love
without
language
money?
happen without money? And I'm showing you that
It
love
can.
language can happen without money. Can
It was
it?
a struggle.
Without...
Yes.
Of course it was a struggle, but I was able to do it. So the thing is this, if you love someone,
Okay.
right, and this is what I believe is the driving motivating force behind anything you do. If you love someone, you find a way to make them
To make
happy.
it work and make them
You
happy.
make them happy. You will find a way. You will become creative. You know how they say, like artists, when they are broke, is when they make the greatest
best
music.
hits.
And then when they hammer, the music now becomes rubbish. It's because there's a hunger. So if you don't have, there's a hunger to make this
person happy.
regardless of whether you have or you don't have.
So your
You wanted
answer
to say
to his
something?
question is that
It can
it's doable
go without money.
Money does. Money is.
without money.
Yes, I think
More money
I think
helps
people,
you, makes your creative mind bigger.
Sometimes I think more money even makes you lazier.
Yes.
Because
it
you
has
have
the flip
money.
side.
Oh,
Money
this
can
person's
buy
birthday
this.
is coming up. Buy her diamonds.
Or give
buy
her
her
money.
whatever.
Thought goes
Do
into
you
it.
understand? It's not a big deal anymore. But when you know that, I need to do something special for
You
this
will.
person.
You think
You
creatively.
will think deep.
So it's the intention.
Yes, it's the intention.
So if the person wants to genuinely fuel your love tank, they would genuinely do it without having to ask for something in return.
So thank you, everybody behind the camera, for giving us
For
contributing to
and
this
giving us
episode
questions.
and giving us questions and contributions
Yeah.
to our love language episode. It really helped.
So tips for love language, I would say, is take a test. So you know your own love language, your own way you want to receive love, so that even if you get into a relationship, it's easy for you to just say, oh, by the way, my love language is this, than having to give the person too much work to figure you out. So that can help. So take a test by Gary Chapman and observe, watch the person, listen, take out time to see how they interpret some certain things. It could give you tips and ways to also appreciate them and give them love the way they want to receive love. And
I think even with taking a test, you taking a test or you reading up on love languages also helps you understand how to recognize love languages.
Yes, true that.
So
true that.
that's very important. So that way it's easy for you to watch somebody for a bit and say,
pick up on
okay,
some
I
certain
get
things
where this person
it's
is.
coming
And
from.
then there's also just communicate.
Yeah.
Ask. Do you like
This way?
What do you like? How
Yeah.
do you like this? And it's not just a superficial surface type of thing. It's a deep question. I want to know.
So that way you are
Or I
feeding,
did this for you. How did it make you feel?
Yeah, you're feeding the person the right,
Yes, so that
the
it
right
helps.
vibe.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys
We're able to
learn
from us about how our love language. Touch me, baby. Yeah, touch. Yeah.
Do you like that?
So I hope we're able to, share some of I hope our experience, this our 11-year experience, somewhat has been able to, shed
Help.
more light on love
languages and how it affects
relationships.
couples, yeah.
If you want to know more about us concerning this area, you want to find out more information, send us an email, drop us a line, drop a comment in the section, and we'll
Don't forget to
definitely get back to you.
subscribe.
Yes, subscribe. Always subscribe. So
Thank you, and
very
we'll be
much for
back
watching.
again with love and everything in between. Hi guys, we're here again,
With another challenge.
and this time around, we want to know who can change a tire faster in 2 minutes. 2.
2 minutes.
I feel I'm gonna win. So,
Let's see how that goes.
challenge,
Accepted.
yeah.
2 minutes, starting in 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, so Daddy has loosened 2 bolts in just
Stay one
in
place.
just
Stay one place.
10 seconds. This is an amazing feat. And with only 1 minute and 36 seconds left, he is almost done unscrewing all the bolts. A record time. Ooh, but he looks like he's having a bit of trouble with the last bolt. This is costing him time. With 1 minute and 18 seconds left on the clock, he has loosened all the bolts.
No, you do first. You first.
He now has 60 seconds left on the clock. It's a race. Will he be able to completely loosen the tire?
Oh my God.
It has been 20 seconds. It's taken him 20 seconds.
Why does the not seem as easy?
Half of his time has been taken away from this minute just trying to lift up the tire. This is a race against time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Daddy took a break on the last 5 seconds. Now it's time for Mommy. With 2 minutes
Don't start the time yet. Hold on. I wanna be comfortable. So, Daddy, can you help me, please?
go. Okay. It has taken 5 seconds for Mommy to start unscrewing the first bolts. Ooh, and in a record time of 1 minute 41 seconds, she is done with the first bolts. And she's done with the second bolt even sooner.
It's hard.
She has 1 minute and 25 seconds left on the clock. How will she do this? And without wearing shoes, she struggles to move the fourth bolt. This is eating up precious time.
It's eating up precious time. Damn it.
She's loosened all the bolts.
I haven't.
And with 60 seconds left on the clock, let's see if she can make it. Ten seconds have passed. Now 20 seconds have passed. And she hasn't even lifted the car a bit.
Really?
30 seconds have passed by.
Ah!
19 seconds left. And Mommy makes a mistake. Again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And
Three knots.
Now,
So-
now it is time for the comparison.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tenny.
loosened all 5 bolts and jacked up the car. Mommy loosened 3 bolts and jacked up the car a little less.
Yeah.
All right, Tenny.
All right,
thank
thank
you
you.
very much.
High
Thank
five.
you.
High five. Yes. So,
It's obvious that leave a man's job to a man.
it's obvious that leave a man's job to a man.
To a man. It's harder than it looks.
This is really, really difficult to do when you're under pressure.
Yes.
I mean, it's easy to do when you're not under pressure. But
I mean,
anyway-
I have changed the tire before, a long time ago.
Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I win again. Catch you guys
On
next
an
time.
episode of
on
Love and Everything in Between. Thank you.
What if I read this episode and
I like that laughter. It's a serious laughter.
But yeah, don't be mad.
Careful. Jesus, I'll be asking for
Hey, iPhone 13 Pro.
Do you guys have any questions that you want us to like on this whole love language thing?
Yeah, that's true. Anybody want to talk?
Any other question?
Any other question?
You're not being taken advantage of when someone knows you don't know.
Ah, that's
That's
a very
beautiful.
good.